Hello everybody, this is Christopher Vagale here from Agri-Tech Organics PNG Limited. On this video I will be explaining to you what a ICO Crowdsale is, and then I will later, probably in the next video, demonstrate how to create a Ethereum e-wallet in order to purchase an ICO token that will form part of your ownership essentially in Agri-Tech Organics. Our vision for this ICO sale is to offer shares to the general public within Papua New Guinea and abroad, and potential investors are able to purchase shares within Agri-Tech Organics using Ethereum. Now this Ethereum, once we have raised enough, will go towards funding our project, and in purchasing the much needed infrastructure we will be needing to roll out our project in its initial stages. Now without further ado, let us go on to discuss what an ICO Crowdsale is in brief and how to become part of it. Thank you all, and let's go. Welcome back everybody. Now back to our discussion on what an ICO Crowdsale is. Let us go to our Agri-Tech Organics website, which has a tab specifically for that. Now let's firstly begin by discussing what an ICO is, so that we have a grasp of what an ICO is and how it operates. Now what is an ICO? Okay, firstly, ICO, or the acronym ICO, stands for Initial Coin Offerings. Now ICOs have become a popular way to fund cryptocurrency projects. An ICO is an event in which a new cryptocurrency project sells part of its cryptocurrency tokens to early adopters and enthusiasts in exchange for money today. ICOs provide a way for cryptocurrency project creators to raise money for their operations. Most ICOs raise money in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency. Now, with regard to Agri-Tech and the way we will be rolling out our ICO, we have opted to use Ethereum as a medium of exchange. Now, why have we opted to go with Ethereum? First and foremost, because the platform itself is stable and it is commonly used throughout the world. Now later on we will discuss how us here in Papua New Guinea are able to participate, but for now let us continue our discussion on what an ICO Crowdsale is. So based on the definition of what an ICO Crowdsale is, let us just briefly discuss how that applies to us here at Agri-Tech. Now what the directors have opted to do with regard to our ICO Crowdsale is to offer shares to the general public. Now you may be asking, how many shares are on offer? As a body of directors, we have offered to make available to the general public 100 million shares. Okay, the next question is, what would be the consideration to purchase tokens or shares within Agri-Tech Organics? Now, to answer that question, let me quickly go to our Excel spreadsheet. Okay everybody, as mentioned earlier, Agri-Tech will be offering 10 million tokens or shares to the general public, both within Papua New Guinea and abroad. Now, in order to purchase tokens or shares, you will need Ethereum. So as per this breakup here, in order to purchase 10,000 tokens or shares out of the total 100 million, you would need 1 Ethereum. In order to purchase 20,000 tokens or 20,000 shares, then you would need 2 Ethereum, and so on and so forth. Now, in order to know the equivalent in Papua New Guinea kina, you would have to go and convert it using a conversion rate. Now let us go online to confirm this. The value of 1 Ethereum presently is $597.21 US dollars. So let me just put that in. The value in place it within our value in P. This is the value now in. Okay, tech will be with every purchase 10,000 tokens or share out of the 100 million shares being offered. Now the value of 1 Ethereum is 597.21. Converted to kina would be 1,941 kina 47 toya. Okay, so also be reminded that this token sale is not just within Papua New Guinea. There will be a lot of people around the world that will be interested in purchasing or will purchase our tokens, as we will be targeting not just people locally but abroad who have access to Ethereum as well. Later on, I will explain how the mechanism behind how our Papua New Guineans can participate and purchase shares in Agri-Tech Organics. We have a system in place that will allow our Papua New Guineans to purchase tokens directly from us or shares within the company. Now, I would also like to remind everyone that the number of shares is limited, and that once the crowd sale is on, we will have no control as to who is able to purchase and how much they will purchase. The shares will simply go on offer, and once the total shares are sold, then they are sold. So bear that in mind. We predict here at Agri-Tech that the sales of these tokens will go very fast, because we have seen the interest both locally and internationally. So word of advice, if you like to purchase shares, please do purchase them immediately once we have notified you that the crowd sale is indeed on. So thank you for watching. In my next video, I will explain to you how to create a Ethereum e-wallet in a program called MetaMask that will enable you to purchase tokens automatically and to keep them for safekeeping as your proof of ownership within Agri-Tech. So thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, now before we continue, I just want to show you all what the interface will look like. Now on our platform website, there is a tab called ICO Crowdsale. Now this is the interface that you all will be using to purchase tokens. Now in order to purchase tokens, you will need to have an account, a MetaMask account. If you do not have an account, we can help you to create one. If you'd rather pay in cash, that is also acceptable. We will come up to some kind of arrangement whereby we create the account for you and we pay Ethereum into that account and then use that account in order to purchase your token. So we will explain that in greater detail as well as we go through our video. Now, the reason why I brought you to this page is to just show you what the Crowdsale interface will look like. Now, on your far left, there will be a status box of sorts, which indicates the number of days into the Crowdsale we are in, the hours and minutes, and this will more or less count down from the beginning of the Crowdsale to the end. Now, the Crowdsale will have a specific time frame, and after that, no more shares will be issued. Okay. As we move further in, the actual account where Ethereum will be stored is here. So, for instance, someone pays Ethereum into our platform in order to purchase a token. The Ethereum will come and sit in this account here. Okay. Now, like every other thing on a blockchain, the token in itself will have its own token address, and it will also have a Crowdsale contract address. Now, this is very important because for many investors, they will want to perhaps confirm if that is a legitimate contract or a smart contract that is running off the Ethereum platform. They can do that using a online platform form called Etherscan. So they simply copy these credentials up here, these addresses here, and it will take them in to the blockchain and verify whether these actual Crowdsale or smart contracts do exist. So this is the reason why it's on display here. Now, as we go further down, we have the name of the smart contract, which is Coin. The shortened version of that, KMC, which is just the KMC, the shortened version of Coin, and of course, right down at the bottom, the total amount of tokens in circulation or supplied. Now, as we move to the left, we will have a balance of how many KMC has been purchased. This will automatically update once people purchase, so that's all been included in the programming. Let me remind you as well that the contract runs off the Ethereum main platform and uses the ERC20 standard for smart contracts. So this is something that we have just not come up with out of thin air, but is actually following a standard, a global standard for programming. So now, as we click in this particular tab here, the investor can choose to purchase as many tokens as they wish. Now, for example, I wanted to pay for 10,000. I simply click 10,000, and that, as I mentioned earlier, will translate to a consideration of 1 Ethereum. Now, once I am okay and I've confirmed that this is the amount I want to buy, I simply click on this contribute button here, and that should automatically deduct Ethereum from my Ethereum MetaMask or e-wallet address, and it will send it into this current account here, and upon receipt, and a token will be issued under our Crowdsale into the investor's MetaMask account. Now, for those of you not familiar with MetaMask, MetaMask is a platform or software, or some people refer to it as a Ethereum e-wallet. Now, this little icon up here is the MetaMask e-wallet, which is a plugin that will be added onto your Google or Chrome browser. Now, in order for this contribution to come into effect, once you click on it, you have to have this plugin running in the background. Now I'll just click on here so that you can all see what MetaMask looks like. So right now, as I've been doing tests on the Robsten test network for developmental purposes, you can see I've nominated that as the network. Now once our token or smart contract goes live, it will be actually running from the main Ethereum network. So now, as you can see on the interface here, it has your balance. You're able to buy, you're able to send Ethereum. We have a sent history tab here where you can confirm Ethereum that has been sent to any particular e-wallet. Now this other tab here represents the tokens that you own. Now once a potential investor purchases, for example, a Kumul coin, you will see it appear here. So that's their proof of ownership in KMC, or in, sorry, Agri-Tech, my apologies, is they will be able to identify themselves as shareholders by displaying the amount of KMC they have in the actual MetaMask e-wallet, which will be listed here. Okay, so later on I'm going to go into detail as to how to create a MetaMask e-wallet, but for these purposes I thought I'd just show you what the interface would look like. So thank you all for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video, where I will go through the step-by-step process of how to create a MetaMask e-wallet account.